You're not losing jobs because your price is too high. You're losing them because your proposal shows up late and it looks like everyone else's. As a former contractor, I've lost plenty of jobs myself, so I just built a fix. In this week's training, I will show you how to build professional estimates and create winning proposals in just one click. Cannot wait. Let's get started. All right, great to have you here. I spent 10 years as a contractor, and obviously I had my issues with getting jobs, and one of them was just simply the ability to estimate and get out proposals in time. Today, I'm going to share with you a template and automation that is going to take care of all of that. And by the end of this training, you're going to know exactly how you can automatically and quickly create proposals for any type of work that you might be doing. So we're going to get started. This particular estimate is good for any type of construction, service industry, or any jobs that you might do that you want to break down estimates into a per service, per item, or even things such as labor and shipping, and it's fully customizable. The best part about this is the ability to quickly create the estimate and the proposal to send to your client. For example, if I click print proposal, it's going to take just a few seconds and create a beautiful proposal in Word and of course print it out to your default printers. And here we have a 2-page proposal created in a matter of seconds. We also have it in Word so we can edit it from there as well. It includes all of your branding and you'll be able to set that up. So I'll be walking you through every step and making sure to include this application. We did this estimate many years ago, and I've updated it and really added a lot onto it to create a very powerful application. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how you can use this particular template or application, and also how you can create one-click proposals and use it for any type of work. And I'll be sharing with you another method of how to use AI to also create the proposals. So I'll be sharing with you actually 2 different methods. All right, so the first thing what we want to do is we want to be able to customize this to our requirements. To do that, we can go into the admins and setting. In this case, notice that we have lots of items and categories. Now you may have just seen those inside the projects. As you see, we have item, equipment, services, labor, and this is really nice because we can actually break down the estimate into individual categories, which can be really helpful when we're trying to understand or build the estimate. And when the estimate is printed, it is automatically categorized based on these individual categories, so you or your customer can get that kind of a breakdown. As we see inside this printed one, we have the items, the service, the labor, and the shipping. That is fully customizable, those individual categories. We also have individual statuses for our projects. We can set our status to anything we want. Here's the status. Also, different units of measuring, we have those here as well. You can put in anything depending upon the type of materials or labor that you are using inside your estimates. One of the most important things is to be able to make a profit, and we have a required profit margin. If, let's say, our required profit margin is really high, like 80%, and we go back into our projects, we're going to see that this is red because it's at a 47% profit margin, and yet we have not hit our threshold because I set it high at 80%. However, if I were to go back and change this to a 40% threshold, we know that this is now in green and we have reached our profit threshold. So as we're bidding these things, it's very important to know when we've hit our required profit margin. Also, we have things like sales tax, whether we're charging, what is the name of that sales tax, and the percentage. Those types of defaults are automatically set inside our printed estimate. So if we take a look inside, we see that the bottom of this says GST 8%. So that right there is fully customizable based on the settings inside our admin screen. We have some options for the printout. We also have the default project status. So when we create a new project, what is the default status? And we also have a footer message. If we have a direction or we just want to say thank you, we have here the default. The estimate is good for 30 days from the estimate date. As we can see here, we do have multiple footer messages that we can use inside the project. We can pretty much set whatever we want to use as those footer messages. We also have a really cool dashboard inside this where we can see basic information about the top 10 items. We understand the items by category, and we have some profit information on this dashboard. We also have a mini dashboard that's going to say information about the individual projects. knowing what our estimated profit is, and also we have our prices per category in a breakdown pie chart. Also want to know the projects by month. So this is by month on all the combined projects and how we're doing and the profit that we're showing on a per month basis. So that can be really, really helpful. We can navigate between estimates here. It's simply using the next project. It's going to take us from project to project. If I do want to open a specific project, all I need to do is enter the project number and it's automatically going to load that individual project. Great. So we can also create a PDF and email it. If I want to email the estimate only, not necessarily the proposal, I can do just that with a single click. This uses the classic Outlook default, and automatically we've created a PDF estimate. We can do exactly the same thing with a proposal. I'm going to click here and it's going to automatically set up that proposal. First, it's going to go into Word where it can format it properly. Then what it's going to do, it's going to create a PDF of that. It takes just a moment for that to happen. Here we see that the Word document is created. It's turning it into a PDF and it's printing it out now as well. And if we decide to email it, it would be the same process, except now we're going to attach the PDF in an email. Now this is really cool because we can both add the proposal and the estimate, and we can have pretty much everything to get that job. So that's kind of a good rundown of this application. Now, if we take a quick look inside the proposal itself, we've got a really good idea of everything. So we're going to actually use the power of AI to create a really great proposal. And this is, of course, without typing a single word. So here it says an introduction to our client. Dear Mr. Fetters, we are pleased to present this proposal to Fetters Bathroom Remodel Project. Below is a detailed breakdown of the work. So it's taken all of the work that we've put into the estimate and broken it down into a professional, well-written proposal that can help us get the job. The investment, notice it says investment, not cost, which I really like. A deposit of 20% based on the information that we have required. And of course, we've got the signature. We have another one here for a different job. This is more of a broken down type of scope. So here we're breaking down the type of work inside line by line items so that the customer can understand exactly what is going on. Once again, we're using investment and then we have an acceptance. So some different types of proposals that we can use to help us get this job. So how do we turn an estimate into a proposal? Now, certainly it's going to use VBA code, but VBA code can't handle the wording and VBA can't come up with a really professional proposal. And so that is where we use the power of AI to turn a static bid with just a bunch of items and labor into a professional proposal that's well written. And actually we can do that for free. I'll be sharing with you two actual methods. Let's get into the first method. To do that, we're going to use Grok model. So this is an LLM that is absolutely free to everyone. I've been using it for more than 2 years and it works great. The first thing what you want to do is you want to grab your free Grok API key. So let me go ahead and get into that and show you exactly how to do that. First thing what you want to do is you want to navigate to grok.com. That's GROQ.com. Once you navigate there, you're going to click on the start building. I've already signed up, but let's go ahead and log in. Of course, for you, it'll be register, and I'll just go ahead and continue with my account. And once you're logged in, you're going to come to a screen like this. Whether you've registered for your free account or logged in because you have an account, you'll get to a screen like this. We're just going to head to API keys. Once we're in the API keys, you'll see I've got several here. You may have some, you may not. That's okay. We're going to create an API key. And it's okay if you see mine, I'll be deleting it after this. So here I'm just going to put proposal generator, anything you want. And we can add an expiration date, which is kind of nice. And I'll click submit. Once I do that, it's going to then give us an API key. All we need to do then is simply copy that. I'm going to go back into my application and I'm just going to go where it says Grok API key and I'm going to paste it right in here. And we are good to go. There's nothing else you need to do. VBA is going to handle the rest. VBA takes all of the information from your project and it incorporates it in with specifics. And of course, it is also going to understand the project name. So you want to make sure that that is accurate. If the client is blank and then you decide to click this little plus, it's going to allow you to add a brand new customer. However, if it does have a customer in it, then you can then click to edit it. Likewise, on the items, we have the similar functionality. When I select any item, I can then edit and update the item. We have a category, name, description, unit type, and also the item cost and a sales price. Now the items is a drop down list of the items that you've customized from the individual admin screens. You can add any you want. If you do click on an individual blank row, you can then add a brand new item. The breakdown here, we have the total cost, the total price here. I think this needs to be extended a little bit. So we want to make sure that we have the total price and the profit. Very, very handy estimating application. One of the most powerful ones that I built. And of course, this is absolutely free. Now you've got your Grok API key, and we've shown you how you can create a proposal, but there's actually another way that I wanted to share with you. And that is actually using the Claude add-in for Office 365. Now, I'm not as satisfied with this one. It takes a little bit while and it's just not as good, but I want you to be able to try it if you want to. So the first thing what you want to do is to make sure you have add-ins added. Let's move that over a little bit. And then what you want to do is you want to click add-ins here. If you don't have the add-in here, you're just going to search for Claude here, and you're going to look for Claude for Office 365. That's the one you want. This is a little bit different. This is an older version. Once you have it installed, what we want to do then is we want to make sure that it's connected to our account. So to do that, we're going to click on Claude, and we want to make sure to sign on. This is a part of the app failed. Okay. All we need to do is make sure that we're on a new chat and we're refreshed. So that's all I want to do. I just want to make sure you will have a sign-in. So you're going to sign into your Claude account. I believe at this time it's only working with the paid account, but it can work with the cheapest paid account. Now inside Word, you also want the same Claude add-in. So once again, we're going to go to Home. You would add it here. I've already got it installed and you want it logged in. So the idea is for the Claude add-in to communicate together. So the add-in will pull the information from Excel and bring it into the Word and create that. And I've created a special skill to do just that. And I'll be sharing that skill along with the template free. So make sure you do get that. If you're on my YouTube channel, check for the word download and click the link below. If you're on my website, look for the green button that says download, and I'll make sure to send you the entire package for free. All right, so what we want to do is we want to be able to add this information with a simple prompt. So I'm going to go into Excel and I'm just going to say, please create a proposal using, and this is going to be a special skill, and it's going to be called Estimate to Proposal. That is the skill that I'm going to send you, and I'm going to show you how to install that in just one moment. So here, I'm just going to give it the information. It will look in that skill and it will create it. And this, of course, is without VBA. So if you don't want to use a VBA-based solution, this can be really helpful. And while that's gathering information, let's go ahead and go to Claude and show you how to upload that skill. So to do that, we're going to go click Customize. Once we have this screen, we want to go to the skills here, and I want to click Add, and I'm going to upload a skill. And at this point, you're going to unzip the file that I give you, and the skill file that's in there, we're simply going to drag and drop here. I've already got it installed. So if you want to look inside this skill, this is the one that we're using. And basically, it's going to take, it's designed to give all the information to the AI to actually create this proposal directly inside Word. So you can see everything that's going on. And of course, skills can be updated if needed. So that's exactly how to actually install the skill. Also, if you want to make sure to brand your individual proposals and estimates, you can actually upload a logo. And I've done just that here. I've got a logo available, which is here, and I've added that directly here. So the VBA will take care of that. So the logo is now set, and we have that placed directly inside M14. So it's going to grab that logo in order to place it in Word. And we're going to check Word to see if it's turned over anything yet. So here it's already starting to chat here. So they're sequencing together, and we're able to follow them a little bit, and it's going to start building it out in Word. So far, it's built a letter here, which looks pretty decent. It's got some good detail in the text, but I really don't love the branding. It's not quite finished yet, but I don't know if it's going to be adding a header here. Let's go ahead and wait till this finishes and see the final output. So it's looking pretty good. We're using the Claude model here, and I'm using Opus 4.8. So what I really like about this model is it's really focused on the text. So I definitely see the benefit to use it. The heart of this remodel is a full suite of new fixtures finishing. So it's really nice. I really like the way this has gone. So if you use this model, you might want to make some updates, because look at this. This doesn't look quite good, but it's easy to fix. It's not a big deal. If you just hit enter, it's done. It's not perfect, but I think the context of this proposal might even be better. And also you want to make sure to click allow once. Basically, it's asking for permission to do things within the document, which I don't mind at all. All right, let's make a final check. We see that it's actually making adjustments. So what this process does is it creates initial ones and it keeps rechecking and checking and checking until it gets it right. So I do really like that. If you have the time, this one turned out to be pretty good. In this training, we used one of my best templates for construction jobs and projects to create a really dynamic estimate that anybody can use. And we also used two methods, including one VBA method to create very quick proposals that can be really dynamic. And we also used the add-in Claude model to create a really nice text-based, which is actually better one as far as the text and content of it, but a little bit light on the template, although this one looks pretty decent. Thank you so much. I do appreciate your continued support. If you want to see more features in this, I'll be adding them into next week's video. And that's going to be part of our Elite membership, members only video where I create additional templates and training. So if you're not yet inside the Elite membership, now is a great time to join. Once you do get in, you'll have over 250 updated templates and trainings, along with tons of tools for our gold and platinum memberships, along with our monthly coaching calls. So the Elite membership is a great place to be. Can't wait. See you on the inside, and thanks so much.